Good morning, everybody. It's your boy D Max. So let's talk about it. All right, man. Um, First, I want to say, excuse me for my absence. I've been taking care of some things in the real world. There's some things going on outside of the YouTube world that needs my attention, and honestly, I have to prioritize and take care of what I need to take care of. So, um, I thank you for still being here. And I appreciate your patience with me. So let's talk about this. The road less traveled, because we're all on a road. We're all headed to some ultimate destination, whatever your belief is, no matter what religion, what creed, or whatever culture you're from, we all have a destination based on our belief system. And so we're all traveling on a certain path headed to our desired destination. But on this road, there's a whole lot of things that can take place, and it causes us to get off track, causes us to get caught up, causes us to get stuck. And so I want to talk about this a little bit because I tie it into a scripture that we hear all the time, especially when it's referring to our journey and our walk in life. And the road to heaven is narrow and traveled by few. So based on that, I just want to talk a little bit about where we are in our walk. Where are we in our journey right now? Because I'm gonna tell you, at this current time, for me personally, I'm stuck in a traffic jam, man. That's where I'm at with it. How did I get stuck in the traffic? Well, first of all, I'll say it like this. I was on the highway because it seemed to be the quickest route to my destination. And oftentimes that's where we find ourselves. We want to take the highway. It's a straight shot, no lights, no none of that. And you got the highest speed on the highway, so you can just do your thing and get to your destination in the most timely manner as you can see fit. And so that's how I ended up in traffic because jumping on the highway, I wasn't the only person with that mindset, and there were so many others who have that mindset of getting to that destination so fast because we're all in such a hurry. And when we get to that destination, it causes accidents. So now we're on the highway, but now we have to slow down and we have to come to a stop sometimes because of these obstacles that set in our way. And we can't just go around it. We can't just move because the authorities have to come in and they have to clear the roadways, and the rescue have to come in and clear the roadways so that traffic can continue. And so now there's a little road on the side. Most cities know about these. If you're a large enough city, you have a service road and you can go the service route. But not many people want to go the service route unless there's a dire need to. Because if you go on that service route, there's gonna be there's gonna be stop signs. You're gonna have to stop every now and then, and then you're gonna go forth, and then there's gonna be yield signs. And there's also gonna be slower speed limits. So there's gonna be a lot more caution on the service road, taking that service route. And a lot of us don't want to take that service route until we're forced to. Now, what I'm really talking about in this analogy, if you're a believer of the Word of God, then you understand where I'm going with this. Because we on this highway of life, man, and we all headed to a destination. No matter what the destination is, we're headed there and we're trying to go as fast as we possibly can, and we're missing out on a lot of things, and we are not taking any precautions on those highways sometimes because we just get so caught up in our stuff and trying to multitask while we're on the highway because we figure it's a straight shot, no turns, no nothing. So what could happen if I text? So what can happen if I did this or did that? And we get caught up in other things while we're traveling on this road and not focusing on what's ahead of us or what's beside us or what's behind us. So we lose our focus while we're traveling at a fast speed on this highway. And then whenever an accident happens, it shuts everything down from that point. And it affects more than just the cars that were in that accident. Every vehicle around that or behind that has to deal with that. Now they're behind on time, or maybe they got caught up in the accident just because they were traveling so close behind. But for whatever reason, our accidents don't just hurt us, it hurts others, and it affects others that are directly and indirectly attached to us. And so, as we travel on these roads, like I stated before, there is a narrow road. It's a small, steady road, and it runs right alongside of the highway, parallel to the highway. But nobody really wants to travel that road because you can only go about 45, 55 miles per hour on that road. You have to stop at stop signs. Like I said before, there's so much caution on that service route or that service road. And so this correlates directly to what I wanted to talk about in the very beginning, because the road to hell is wide and traveled by many. That's that highway. And so many of us is on that highway and we're headed there fast. And, it doesn't make any sense, man. We need to slow down. And when I say us, I'm talking to believers. If you're not a believer, then this ain't the message. But yeah, man, we really have to pump our brakes and slow down and really look what's going on around us. There's a lot, like I said before, there's so much caution on this road that we're talking about. We're in a sad, sad state as a nation right now. We're in and I agree with Jesse Lee Peterson. Never thought I would say that a day in my life, but I agree with him. We are in a fallen state as a nation. We are in a deep fallen state. We're in a sunken state, whatever you want to call it. We are that because everybody is on a road to nowhere real fast. And if you take that service road, you can make it to your destination. You can still make it there in a timely manner. You can still make it there untouched, safe, and probably get there a little bit early because you didn't have any accidents or you didn't have anything in your way. Now, oftentimes people use the highway and they don't have any experience whatsoever with accidents or anything like that. And they make it to their destination safely. Why? Is it because they were more cautious than others? Is it because they traveled the highway with, uh, I don't know, grace and mercy? I don't know. There's so many different explanations you can come with, but I'll just say this. If you're traveling the highway of life and you make it to your destination safely, that's the same equivalent to us out here who make many, many bad decisions, but we're still under grace and mercy, and we still get the grace and the mercy to be able to make it to the end. Same thing. Everybody jumped on the highway at some point in their life. Nobody just stays on the side road, even though that is the smartest and the most safe route. We want to live on a highway because everybody is so in a hurry to get somewhere. Get nowhere fast, basically, is what we really be doing. Because ultimately, are we going to get there any faster? Sometimes, maybe, yeah. But oftentimes, like I said, when there's certain times where you try to go through there, you're going to be held up. You're going to be all of this. There's going to be certain things that you're going to have to deal with trying to take that route, man. So, like I said, when you take that service road, it's going to have some stop signs. It's going to have some yield signs. It's going to have some slower speed limits. And it would behoove you, and I'm gonna use one of these military terms, it would behoove you to take that service road. Taking that service route for a lot of people, man, has really helped our lives immensely. And the service route, if you didn't know what I was talking about, man, is being a servant unto the Lord, man, being a servant unto the people. When you go out here and you have the heart of a servant, man, you're going to take things slower. You're going to be more cautious because you have an understanding that now you have a whole lot of people that are directly and indirectly attached to what you are doing, and it's going to affect their lives. And so you're going to move more cautious now. You're not going to just jump out there on the highway and just zip in and no, because you have other people counting on what you're doing and what you're saying, and counting on you to be solid and bring them something to feed the flock. So, this is a shout out to all the brothers and sisters out there who are willing to take that service road, man. What's happening, Reverend Tony, man? Yeah, your boy's back, man. I just had to, like I said, get some stuff squared away, but yeah, it's always gonna be a word to come from me, man, because I'm always seeking, and there's always gonna be opportunity to just talk to the people, man. Just talk to the people. But yeah, we're all on this road to life together, man, and let's take care of each other. Let's look out for the people beside us, look out for the people in front of us. It used to be a time, man, back in the day where somebody have an accident on the road, man, you have about 3 or 4 people to stop and help, man. You don't even see that no more. You don't even see that no more, man. And it's sad that people feel like they can't do that. I don't know if it's because we're in such a hurry, or if it's because we've lost that level of sensitivity to other people, because we have really been desensitized to a lot of things, man. So you working and listening, man. I appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you, man. And that's what it's all about, man. We out here, everybody is traveling their path, man. But if you're not willing to help nobody on the way, man, because there's gonna come a point where you may need some help. You may need some roadside assistance. You the type of person that will help somebody else, man. I don't really see much benefit in that, man. And I've been through all of those things because when I was younger, I was a real people used to and over years that gave me a hard heart. And so I started to become kind of selfish because of that, and I developed a certain type of psychosis where, I didn't want people to take my kindness for weakness. And so I sealed off my kindness for a long time. And I became very selfish, man. And it didn't look good, and it didn't make good situations in my life. And so we have to understand, man, that when we out here and we this road of life, when you're gonna need some roadside assistance yourself. You'll never know when you're gonna need somebody to just be like, bro, you got this, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? And I think Yahweh for the people in my life that do that, and they don't have to be told, and they don't have to have a reason. Just if they feel it in their spirit to say it to me, they'll say it to me. And it's right on time because my heart is always conditioned for what these people have to say to me. So just be grateful. Be grateful for what you have. Grateful that you're able to move around, things like that we take for granted every day, because we really do take these things for granted. And when your body starts to tell you that, it's time for a tune up. You know how your car will give you those certain little alarms and those certain little signals and notifications when it's time to get you a tune up and all of that stuff. So when your signals start going off and letting you know that you need some maintenance, you have to stop. You have to get off the highway. You have to find somewhere to take your vehicle and get some maintenance done so you can maintain what you have at least. Because you're gonna put a lot of miles on that vehicle on this road of life, man. And maintenance is necessary. Servicing that vehicle is necessary. And how do you do that? By refilling it with the word of God, man. We're talking about the body, we're talking about the mind, we're talking about the spirit, that inner man. We have to maintain it, man, and we have to service it every now and then. We got to feed that spirit, man, because if you don't, man, what is in you and what is fed the most is going to be the most powerful thing to come out of you. So always know that if you're not feeding your spirit, man, then your carnal man, that flesh, is always going to raise up against it, man, and it's always going to be stronger because you're feeding it more than your spirit, man. Man, doing good self inventories of ourselves, and we're taking care of ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. All of these things matter in what we do, because I can't come on here and say anything to anybody if I'm not in a good mental standpoint, if I'm not feeling emotionally stable, if those things are not well within me. When I speak, I can't speak with any authority. And so when I come on and I speak, I'm not talking to you about something I heard from somebody. You know, when I speak like this, I'm talking to you from a standpoint of experience, that things that I've gone through myself, things that I've had to endure and overcome in order to learn a lesson, and in order to grow, and in order to mature. You know, so that's all I really had to say, man. I just want to let y'all know I'm still breathing, I'm still and I just got some things in the works, man. And Mac is always on it. But I appreciate you, Reverend Tony, for jumping on, man, and checking me out this morning. Yeah, yeah, it's on and popping now. We've declared war, man. We've declared war, and it's not a World War III. This is World War IV, but this is beyond a world war. This is far beyond a world war, because what we fight against is not flesh. It's not carnal. And high places don't mean just up in the sky. That means in other dimensions. This is spiritual warfare, man. And so we have to be in a good, strong mental standpoint to be able to fight these battles effectively. And that's what it is. That's why mental health is so prevalent right now. That's why mental health is being attacked so much right now, because if we're not in a good mental space, we cannot fight a good spiritual battle. So keep that in mind while you're out here working, and while you're out here traveling about through your day, and you're traveling this road of life. Just think about all of these different things that can come up, man, and be sure to help somebody. Be sure to uh, look out for your brother, man. Look out for your sister. Look out for anybody who's in need, man, because right now that's what we really need. So this is your boy D-Mac, man. Y'all know what I say. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out, man.